products, yada, yada, yada. And she's crushing it with her virtual demos because it really doesn't, it doesn't matter whether you're live or you're virtual. It's about your excitement, your enthusiasm that transfers to the customers. People online shop all the time. They can see what it does. We actually have videos. You're explaining, and you guys can get a lot done with that. So if you can be in front of this, because we're streaming that live, let's do it. And then right after, Craig, if you can jump in and share, what was the difference? What made the difference for you from, you doubled your sales, your career sales in 1 week. Everything you've sold the past month, you just doubled it. What was the shift in mentality on your demos, closing bigger? What do you feel has helped you most to be able to crank your biz? Cool? So you got 10 minutes, and then it's your turn.
Okay, so if you have any questions after this, y'all can text me, let me know. If you want to see my virtual, you can let me know, because I've got like 2 today after my first 2.
Yesterday?
No, but I have 2 of them today.
I have
and
a recording of her.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Okay, that's the one I sold the complete on.
All right, go. She's got 10 minutes.
Okay, so I actually, like she said, I was really nervous about doing virtual demos because before I had my talk with my mentor, Randy, I was not selling anything, like no Rex, no sale. It was absolutely horrible. And he talked to me, he was like, Taylor, and it just like really clicked and turned for me. He's like, it's your mindset, because you're just telling yourself that you can't sell on virtuals, and that's why you're not selling on virtuals. He goes, it's the same as doing demos. He goes, if you go in with the mindset they're not going to sell, you're not going to sell anything. I was like, okay. So I basically listened to him do the whole thing. And really, it is about building excitement, just like on the phone, building urgency. It's the way you talk. So it's going to be a lot different than your regular demos. When you get on the phone, you've got to build rapport first, of course, like you would in any other demo. I build like 15 minutes rapport like I would in any demo. And everybody knows how to build rapport here, so I don't really have to go over that right now. But then going into the demo, it's just always making sure that we're on the same page. So I'm like, hey, like, do you see a little gold dude with the puzzle in his hand? When you see that, that's where we're getting started. And so when I go throughout the demo, I build as much excitement as I do whenever I'm talking about my goals in any kind of demo. I mainly talk about the scholarship because it has a picture of the scholarship. And I tell them what I'm going after and just build excitement through that. And basically, I'm like, I'm in a competition with a ton of guys, and of course, I'm the only girl competing with them. So, like, really excited to be like on stage on that last day, beating everybody. I might not, might happen, but either way, I tell it to anybody I see on my virtual. When I go into the virtual mic page, basically, you're just always making sure that they're on the same page as you. Otherwise, this has happened to me before. They'll start skipping forward if you're not making sure they're on the same page with you. And before you know it, they're at the end of the demo, and you're barely like through disadvantages and common knives. So just going through each part of the demo and building excitement on every part. So when I start with like the sets, I'm like, so this is your basic homemaker. I'm going to show you our 3 most popular sets. You can tell me which one fits your cooking style, or if we should look at something different. And by now, I already know how often they cook, what things they like to cook, and if they cook in the kitchen together. Because I've done virtual demos with mostly husbands. So I always ask if them and their wife cook together, or if she's pretty much in charge of the kitchen. So then I go through like the whole demo and start going through the paring knife. And basically it's just like making them laugh and getting them excited about pieces. So if I go through the paring knife, I'm like, so do you ever cut anything in there like you would on any demo? And I'm like, do you see the way it peels that kiwi? Like, oh, like that's awesome. I hear kiwis like hard to peel, and just like building excitement and making them laugh. And it also helps you, like this helps a ton in your demos, because if you build energy and you know how to build energy and excitement in your virtuals just over the phone, it makes a huge difference in your demos, because you know the kind of energy you need to bring into your demos. There's not really a lot of tips other than that. I'm always on the phone making sure that I'm always excited. I have a lot more energy than them. They can hear that I'm a go-getter. They can hear that I'm excited about everything. Like when they use a spatula sputter, I'm like, okay, so this is really embarrassing, but like that's the first knife I ever cut my finger on. I was like, people were making fun of me for weeks because I cut myself on the round knife. And then like you'll see, I'll just make small comments as like they're scooping stuff out, or doing stuff in the video. I'm like, do you see how much like cream cheese they put on that bagel? I was like, that's a heart attack on a bagel. And they'll start laughing at me. I'm like, but do you see how you can cut it in half? I was like, and they were making peanut butter and jellies. It's like, that's my peanut butter and jelly knife. So that's gonna be your peanut butter and jelly knife. So basically just going throughout the whole demo, making them laugh about that, or asking if they like certain things. Like when I see them peeling something, I'm like, do you see them peeling the mango? I'm like, mango's my favorite. What's your favorite fruit? And we just like talk about that. A small conversation throughout the whole thing. Make sure that you're just talking to them and connecting with them throughout the whole entire video. Like, you can't just sit there and be quiet. And you, like I said, like a lot of y'all are really calm and relaxed kind of people. I'm a very like high energy, positive person. You need to have high energy and be like very positive, very motivated, very high energy on all your presentations for virtuals. Otherwise, you're gonna bore them. Like if you're talking like, hey, like, do you see the way that they're cutting that banana? Or this is what you use it for, like scooping, spreading, serving for the 4 S's. They're gonna be like, cool, this is boring. If they're gonna be on the phone with you, you want them to have fun. Just like when you're on the phone doing phone time, you're like, hey, like I'm looking after like doing this. I don't know if somebody told you, but this is what I'm doing for my competition. Like after I got off the phone yesterday, the lady texted me telling me she looked forward to hearing from me. We're doing a virtual, and she like said that she wanted to talk about a business because of the way it sounded on the phone. She's like, you have a go-getter attitude. You have a ton of it. That's exactly what I sound like on my virtuals. So that's, y'all can just watch my virtual. It's been recorded. And with the virtual, I use viewcutco.com, and do not send them the video like 30 minutes before it starts. Send them right before it starts. And like a lot of people ask me like, hey, can you just send me the video like in advance? And I tell them, I'm like, I would send you the video in advance, but a lot of people, they'll end up watching the video without me, and then I don't get scholarship credit for it. So I was like, I'll just send you the link right before we have our phone call. When we get on the phone, I'll have you go to that link in the website. And so then when you're on the phone and they're like the module is loading, you actually have time to build rapport with them. Otherwise, they're going to want to hop right into the demo. So as it's loading, as it's going through, it takes a little while. I'm like building rapport with them, like, hey, like, so how long have you known this person who referred me to you? Okay, cool. And then I talk about their business. You know, make sure I'm always asking questions about themselves, just like you would with regular rapport. I'm like, okay, cool. Like, how did you and your wife meet then? Are y'all originally from Texas? Oh, awesome. What do y'all like to do for fun? Oh, you like to travel? That's one of my dreams, is to travel everywhere. And I had like the best conversation on the phone with a guy yesterday. He owned like 5 businesses. He's like, you're a real go-getter. We had an excellent conversation, and we've never even seen each other. But he's awesome. And I sold his signature with steak knives, literally only because he wanted to help towards my goal. That's exactly what he said at the end. He's like, I'm doing this because, you know, you're in competition with all those guys, and I want to help you hit your goal. I'm like, cool. So it's really all my tips. If you have any more, like I said, you can watch me do my virtual today. I have 2 virtuals today. I'm trying to book up 2 more for 4:30 and 8:30. Y'all can sit, and y'all can watch yourself. Any other questions?
What was the link you said you use? You don't use like the tiny URL.
Viewcutco.com. I use viewcutco.com, and if they don't have a lot of time, I'll use the ilovecutco.com, and I'll make sure that I build rapport with them on the phone a lot, and then either go through the ilovecutco.com video because it's a shorter version, or just let them watch it and they can call me back. That's where I sold the essentials on yesterday. She was off the phone. We were on the phone together as she was going through the presentation. Wanted an essentials, talking to her husband to see if she can get a bigger set. That's it. Those are my tips. I gotta go. Thank you guys. Because I've always used viewcutco.com.
Nice job.
Thanks.
I heard it up there. I was pretty fun.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
I'm ready to run through a freaking wall. I don't know about you guys. Why you guys are all so tired?
Let's see it.
Do it.
Do you think you're going to do it night this morning?
Then you
Do it night.
No, when you're intermittent fasting, you have so much more energy.
I need breakfast this morning.
No, you have so much more energy, especially when you go completely plant-based. So, all right, take it away, Craig.
All right. That being said, in this past week, I've basically more than doubled my career sales that I had in the entire summer. And there's, a couple of different reasons for that. One of them being obviously, like I've been seeing good people. Like I have gotten good recommendations, and that is part of it. But I've also been doing things differently so that I can get those recommendations. Like I've seen people in the beginning who, have a lot of money and could have bought everything they wanted to, but my demo wasn't good. And they obviously knew other people who had a lot of money. They could have given me good recs too, but my rec approach wasn't very good. Like I honestly, it sounds stupid. Like he's like, oh, just like say everything that's in the book, like have your rec approach memorized. And you're like, just like why? And I tried to do it on my own. I was kind of like I had my own rec approach, and it wasn't working. I'd get like maybe if I was lucky, I'd get 10 recs, and then once I actually got my rec approach down, and now I use it and I get sponsor after sponsor after sponsor. Like pretty much, every demo I'm getting at least a sponsor, just because the way you phrase it really does make a difference. And then also I've, Tay's goals. So that's something that has definitely helped me. I've had a couple people tell me so far, like, like the other day I had somebody who they ordered one knife. They ordered the Hardy Slicer, and then they texted me back like that night, and they were like, you know what? We're going to go ahead. And they were talking about upgrading. They had a set. They were going to upgrade to a homemaker, but they didn't want to do it because it was a lot of money. And they were like, you know what? Like, I really want to help you out. I want to help you out with your goals. So I'm going to go ahead. We're just going to go ahead and do the upgrade now instead of beating the Hardy Slicer. So it ended up being like a 300-400 CPO difference, just because they wanted to help me out with my goals. So it really is. And it's, it's about the way you phrase it too. For me, my goal, the reason I'm working for Cutco, is because I'm going to be studying abroad in Rome. I could just be in Rome and just kind of like be happy and be in Rome and hope that I'll have another experience later on in life where I can go visit Europe, but I'm going to make the most of it now. So, I'm trying to get money to go experience that and really make the most of it while I have the opportunity. And not just that too, like the way I do it is I establish like a short term. So like obviously short term, financially this job offers a lot of great opportunities for me, whether it's in Rome and stuff like that. But then time, so it's like, it's a lot of growth personally. And, as far as building a resume, I tell them that I want to go to physical therapy school. So it's like, I'm trying to build a resume and get things on my resume that are going to make me stand out from all the other applicants. And, I tie in a little bit of humor there. I'm like, unfortunately, I'm not going to be one of those guys that's going to get straight A's. Like, I don't have a 4.0, messed that one up my first week of school, that they're going to help me out there and really make me stand out. So really it's just about like tying them in, wanting them, making them want to help you and seeing that it's for, that you have like a good purpose behind it. And, like people love to see college kids, high school kids that are working hard, especially if they have a goal established and there's a solid reason as to why they're working so hard. They really, really like seeing that, and they're always willing to help somebody out. As far as like what has start, I didn't do nearly as well in my fast start as I wanted to, but I was kind of such like, okay, whatever, it happened. But then I got to SC1, like how everybody was doing. I saw people who had started the same time as me, or started around the same time as me. I saw people that were like the same level as me, the same experience, people that were the same age as me, and they were selling all these crazy numbers. And like, whenever I saw, like at SC1, it was a bunch of people from the West Houston office. They were like the majority of the people that were still on stage for the top 15. And to see that and to see all the people that I've been working with and working alongside up there, putting up these big numbers and doing things like crazy, making crazy amounts of money and just doing insane things, I was like, shoot, like if they can do it, why can't I do it? And so that's what really pushed me. I was like, you know what? I'm going to be the one up there. I want to be the guy up there who's like, cool. I want to be the one that kids are like sitting in the, people are sitting out there and they're looking and they're like, wow, like, I can't believe he did that. Like, that's a crazy number. And then, I watched Tay stand up there and she's standing up there by herself and they're shouting out numbers and she's like, higher, baby. Like, they had to go so high. I don't remember what exactly, but she broke the record. Yeah, she broke the record, and obviously she's at 50%. She gets 50% commission. Does it see that she made like $15,000 in 2 weeks? I was like, that is insane. And she's only a couple years older than me. So to see that the opportunity is there, and to see that as long as you apply yourself and as long as you have the tools, like we all have the tools. Some people are naturally more outgoing than others, but everything's in the manual. Literally, like, even if you haven't just started, even if you've been here for an entire summer, read the manual. Do what you have to do. Everything that you do, if you do it as it's in the manual, you're going to get the sale and you're going to do things right. And for me, it was just a matter of motivation. Like, I'm a very competitive person. I've always been competitive. I hate losing, especially if it's like to my peers or people that I know. So, when I saw people up there like that I've been working with for the summer, and I saw people up there who were beating me, putting up like such good numbers. I was like, you know what? Like, I want to beat them. I want to do better than all of them. I don't want to lose. So that's kind of, you know, what's motivating me to do what I'm doing now and like to keep pushing. And you know, it's like, and then once you start going, like once you see like what you can do, then it's really a it's really a motivator. Like you see that once you start getting the results, then you really see like what's going to happen. But it's a mindset change. You're not going to get those results if you don't put your mind to it. And then also like the kickoff for SC2.